Hi Capricorn, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. Hope you're well. I want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Capricorn out there. So guys, take what resonates for you and leave the rest for someone else. Remember, the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Capricorn, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that is just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Capricorn? Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, you're starting out with the Nine of Cups. You have the High Priestess in the reverse. And you have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So there's something to do here with wish fulfillment. So you're getting some kind of a wish fulfilled. I feel like with the High Priestess in the reverse, it's coming through some sort of a realization or possibly something being revealed to you. Queen of Wands is telling me, though, that you may not be feeling as positive about it as one would expect. It also is telling me that you're not taking action towards this. And the reason you're not taking action towards it isn't because you don't want it. It's because you're not trusting your own intuition. So let me see the energies. Who's in your energy? Show me. You're getting a wish fulfilled, though. But you don't trust it, it looks like. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. Show me who's in Capricorn's energy. All right. We have the Queen of Cups. You might be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancer. We have the Sun, Leo energy, and the King of Swords reversed. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So this person has feelings for you. In fact, they have deep feelings for you, and they feel that, you know, you make them very happy. So I feel like this person is very clear about their feelings, and they do have a lot of love for you, but they're angry. There's a sense of being angry. It may be related to a lack of action on your behalf. So I feel like this person might be questioning whether you're being honest with them, whether you're being truthful with them. So let me see the energy between Capricorn and this person. The Seven of Coins. You're both invested in this connection, and you're both kind of waiting and watching to see what the other person's going to do. Yeah, it's this energy of patience, waiting, watching to see what's going to happen. Is this going to, you know, is this going to be like the passionate connection? Because I feel like that's part of the reason you're pulling back from this too. Let me see what's affecting this connection. You both have a sense of having invested in this connection, though. Eight of Coins. So what's affecting the connection is you've both been trying to work something out. It could be revolving around a secret that, you know, would be on your side, but it's been painful. Like trying to work something out with this person has been painful. Some of you may actually work with this person in the workplace, but yeah, there's a sense here of both of you putting a lot of effort into this. They want to be happy with you because they love you, but there was something here that was revealed or came out that is being worked through. And I feel like it's difficult for both parties. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Show me the outcome for a Capricorn, please. The Ten of Wands. Yeah, difficulty, feeling overwhelmed. Feeling a bit overwhelmed. There's something that this person doesn't want to open up and talk about. You're not really taking action towards it. You're both trying to work something out. But at the end of the week, it looks like there's just going to be more difficulties, and you're both going to wind up feeling just overwhelmed about the situation. So bottom of the deck is the Hierophant in the reverse. That is underlying energy. You might even be dealing with another Taurus, but this is indicating that there could have been some sort of an ending here. between you and this person, especially if you were in a marriage or a committed connection. You may be trying to work things out, but I'm not seeing that happen necessarily by the end of the week. But let's clarify to be sure. Spirit, why is the Nine of Cups here? Because I feel like this person loves you. You see them as wish fulfillment, but there's just a lot that has gotten in between the two of you in this connection. Oh, well, that's not going to work. That's a lot of cards. Let me try that again. So sorry, Capricorn. Show me the Nine of Cups for Capricorn, please. There we go. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands. And we have the King of Cups. So you feel that this is your person. This is very compatible energy. It's a divine couple. You love this person. They love you. You see them as wish fulfillment. There is back and forth talking that's been going on. You're both invested in the connection. So what is the problem here? Let me see the High Priestess reversed. Show me the High Priestess in the reverse. Ace of Cups, Ten of Coins reversed, and then the High Priestess in the reverse again. So something was revealed here. It caused this ending. I'm seeing an ending. It caused an ending and a very big loss. You now want to bring this back together. You're trying to work it out with this person. And you should be able to, because like I said, this person is highly compatible with you. You're both invested in this connection. But something happened here that caused this connection to end. You also might feel that right now you don't have the support of close friends or family because of whatever was brought out, because of what was revealed. Let me see the Queen of Wands reversed. Show me the Queen of Wands reversed. The Sun, they have the Sun, and the Ten of Cups. Yeah, so you're kind of slow in taking action. There's a lot of talk going on. You are both trying to work this through, but with regard to taking action, you're kind of slow about that. And it's causing this person to feel angry. I don't even know why, though, Capricorn, because you see this person as happiness. You have the Sun and the Ten of Cups. A lot of you could be dealing with a Leo, Aries, or a Sagittarius, but you see this person as somebody you could build a home, a family with, whatever that might be comprised of. Some of you have children with this person. So I don't know why there's a lack of action here. Let's look at their energy. Show me the Queen of Cups for the person in Capricorn's energy. Okay, so conflict. There's been conflict. And Temperance in the reverse. They're still not over whatever caused the conflict. Yeah, whatever caused the conflict and caused this to end, it had to do with a secret that was revealed, something that came out, and they're not over it. They're not over it. They may feel you put them in competition with someone else, and their emotions are up and down. On the one hand, they love you quite a bit. On the other hand, they're not over what took place. Let me see the Sun. Show me the Sun for the person in Capricorn's energy. Show me the Sun. Okay, so we have the Nine of Pentacles, we have the Seven of Swords, and we have the Eight of Cups. Wow. Okay. Seven of Cups, I'm sorry. So yeah, I see the ending. The ending was caused because this person feels that you deceived them. Whatever that deception was has come out into the open, but they may feel that you're still acting deceptively. They're confused. They feel that you have options here. I do see this person as being single, and I see them happy being single. They're happy, but they are very clear about whatever the deception is in the past, but they're very confused whether or not you are still, you know, still acting deceptively. Now, if you find that your energy is on this side, then put yourself wherever you belong. The roles could have reversed, but that's what this is saying. This is saying basically, love is not the issue here. There was conflict and an ending that was caused by deceptive behavior, and they're saying that was on your side. It got brought out in the open, and they haven't healed from this. They're still holding on to it, and they believe that you may still have options, that you're still being deceptive. Let me see why the King of Swords is in reverse. They're angry about this. Okay, so we have the Lovers. Gemini energy is very strong. And the Ten of Swords reverse. They feel betrayed. They feel that there was a choice, that you had a choice between them and someone else. And that, you know, they feel that the two of you are soulmates. And I do feel like this person, you know, does want to rebuild this, but they're angry. They're angry about the past. They're angry that there was a decision to be made. Let me see the Seven of Coins. Show me the energy between Capricorn and this person. All right, we have the Devil and we have the Page of Swords. So you're watching them for sure. You're being very patient, almost strategic. You are communicating. There is back and forth communication. You're trying to figure out, is this person going to invest in this connection again? You want them to. You definitely do, because you have deep feelings for them. But in their energy, they're still unhealed from toxic behavior that occurred in the past. And they are saying basically that this whole mess was caused by you, Capricorn. Now, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what they're saying. They're saying Capricorn put me in competition with someone else for, you know, with regard to love, possibly a Sagittarian. They're saying I'm not over it. Sometimes I still get very upset, still very angry about it. We're in this situation because Capricorn put me in this situation. That being said, they love you, you love them, the two of you are highly compatible, and I do feel like you both feel invested in the connection. So let me see the Eight of Coins. I see the two of you trying to work this out, and it's painful on both sides. Again, the King of Wands in the reverse, and the Hermit in the reverse. Virgo energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarian energy. Sagittarian being very strong. Yeah, I feel like this person is communicating with you. They do feel like they've gotten the answers that they were searching for, but they still are confused about whether or not you are, you know, whether you have other options. They want to be happy. But they're saying, I can be happy by myself if Capricorn's going to continue with toxic energy, if Capricorn's going to continue with deceptive energy. So I do feel like there is communication that's going back and forth. This person and you are trying to work this out. You're trying to talk it out. It's caused you to kind of pull back. I feel like you love this person, but the passion is not right there right now. I feel like you're not taking action towards this person because it's painful for you. And that could be related to guilt. It could be related to having to take accountability once the secrets came out. Because this person's not going to let it go, Capricorn. They're just definitely not. Let me see. They're trying to work it out with you, though. It's just painful for both of you. And it's causing you to pull back and not take action. Show me the outcome for Capricorn. Thank you, Spirit. All right, Six of Swords, the Four of Swords, the Chariot, and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so by the end of the week, you're both going to feel exhausted and overwhelmed from trying to work this out. You might, both of you, pull back temporarily and go into non-communication because there's There's a lot, it's almost like taking a temporary break, taking a rest from trying to work it out. This person is angry. They're angry about the past. They're angry at the lack of action that's being taken. And I feel like they're overwhelmed and they're burdened. So I do see the two of you kind of just saying, whoa, let me take a break. However, that being said, you have not given up on this person because you do see them as somebody that you want to move forward with. You want to leave all this chaos behind. You want to be able to work out these problems. I don't see it happening by the end of the week. In fact, I see the two of you kind of taking a quick break. It doesn't look like a long break, although there may have been a long break, you know, from before. This person may have ghosted you and, you know, when this ended. But I do see you wanting to move this forward and bring it to a better place because you do see this person as happiness. Why there's a lack of action on your behalf, I'm not exactly sure. But it is showing me that there's definitely a lack of action. It's not a lack of desire. It's not a lack of love, but there's a lack of action. Now, that's pissing this person off. In their energy, they do want to work things out with you, but they do not want to be treated as an option. The fact that they were ever an option in the situation is making them angry. They have not moved forward. They have not moved away from you. They do want to work this out, but this is painful. This is very painful, and they're experiencing a lot of emotions right now. Their emotions are kind of all over the place. Are they going to return to work things out with you? They are, but not this week. Yeah, not this week. It looks like the two of you basically, in trying to work this out, reach so many obstacles that you're both overwhelmed and you just take a quick break. But it is going to move forward, and I do see this coming back together. Bottom of the deck is the Three of Wands in the reverse. That's underlying energy, and what that is indicating is that your ships in this situation have not yet quite come through. It doesn't mean that they're not going to. I just don't see it happening by the end of the week because this is a painful situation to work out and to work through. Now, do I see you in the future doing that? I do. I see you both putting in the effort, and I do see you both moving to a better place together. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card, and let's see if we can get some advice for you, Capricorn. Let's see what we have. You have number 31, and it says dry desert. So let's see what that reads. Give me 1 second. Dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Is your life presenting you with opportunities that seem to yield nothing? Have your ideas dried up? Does it feel like you're on an endless journey through a dry, hot, lifeless desert? This card reminds you that there are times when you're meant to become resilient as you journey through harsher circumstances. You're being required to conserve your energy until after consistent effort you reach the oasis that you're searching for. Consider the creatures that live in these conditions. They have adapted to thrive in spite of the outer environment. In a desert, water, essential for life, can be found deep underground. Go deep within yourself now. Find your truth there. Let spirit sustain you while you locate the real source. Whatever it is you're asking about will not be found in the conditions you're in until you move past the surface of things and choose to do the real work and discover the answers deep within you. This may not seem like the most productive time, but looks are deceiving. This is a most important place to find what is truly right for you. That makes so much sense with regard to your outcome. So you're going to have to dig deep, Capricorn, but I do feel like you are going to find the answers you're looking for, and the cards are telling me you are moving to a better place with this connection. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Capricorn, know that you are loved. And namaste.